What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm going to be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
Cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, for today's video I have a couple of news, but they are really amazing. First of all, we have the response from TradeStation, and as you can see on your screens right now, they basically said, can't just we arbitrate? And I have to say that it is quite interesting and quite bold statement, and I will show you very thorough due diligence that was made by one of our community members. On top of that, guys, on today's video I will show you a genius tweet from Scott Trott where he explains a new potential path to the resolution. And guys, I have to admit that this idea is 100% brilliant, because it is extremely simple and potentially it might lead to quite huge results. On top of that, I will show you that we are losing our previous allies, potentially we are losing them, but we are attracting new ones, and I will show you what I'm talking about. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section for whatever reasons you want. So, let's start with the news. As you can see, we are on MMTLPresources.com, and this article was published just a couple of hours ago, and it says, TradeStation says, can't we just arbitrate? And let me show you this tweet that was made by Junk Savvy. She wrote, TradeStation files motion to compel arbitration and for a stay of proceedings in Intel Coastal Waterways LLC versus TradeStation. This filing follows a motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim and lack of jurisdiction filed by FINRA on July the 3rd of this year. Both mentions were expected, and court awaiting responses from the Basil law firm. And guys, I want to pay attention to this Twitter account, the Phoenix Tabloid, and here you can find the most precise due diligence in regards to this update. Let me quote you this in details. Folks, compelling filing is here. Apologize for being late as I was busy washing my car. So, let me quote you the first argument. Number one. Trades agreed to binding arbitration, they say. Number two, Master Securities Lending Agreement also contain mandatory arbitration clauses, and Customer Account Agreement clearly states that people give up right to sue each other in court. And guys, every statement that is written right here has a proof in these screenshots. Let me quote you further. Number three, calls a disingenuous anticipatory argument to say that FINRA is not able to be an unbiased arbiter, says the argument is factually and legally incorrect, and cites numerous MMTLP-related suits that's been dismissed before. Repeating FINRA's argument, TradeStation says that the plaintiffs are trying to be cute by adding FINRA as nominal defendant, and labels TBLF's attempt lacking any plausible rationale. On top of that, if the plaintiff's bizarre bias theory is accepted, then FINRA could never conduct any arbitration because they would always be biased. They argue FINRA Dispute Resolution Service is completely separate from market regulation side. Why is MMTLP special, they ask. And guys, it is quite interesting, but in my opinion, it is 100% incorrect, because if FINRA has under their legal entity another branch that is trying to be an arbiter, but at the same time they are inside these arbitrations from the side of defendant, this means, in my opinion, it is a pure conflict of interests. So, let me quote you further. Plus, independent arbiters are not selected by FINRA, but chosen by the parties. MULN tried to pull fast on arbitrations using similar argument after agreeing to arbitration, I believe. Courts don't like when people agree to arbitration, then try to back out. Could be off. And guys, definitely all of the decisions that are made by arbitrations, so-called independent arbitrations, and let me remind you that one of the counterparties in these arbitrations is FINRA itself. In my opinion, these decisions cannot be 100% independent because of this conflict of interests. Next one. Previous MMTLP versus FINRA cases are being cited here to show how other MMTLP shareholders' cases were uniformly rejected across the country. We may be seeing many MMTLP lawsuits backfiring here. And it is quite obvious when FINRA tries to rely on other lawsuits that were already dismissed by the so-called total immunity. Next one. Given that the plaintiff clearly agreed to and amended in their own filings to submit themselves to a binding arbitration, TradeStation argues that this lawsuit should be on hold pending arbitration, a point that Naked Truth Info brought before. And again, the screenshot that proves this statement. Next one. So, we now have FINRA's motion to dismiss for failure to state in a claim and TradeStation motion to compel arbitration pending before the court. We likely won't hear from the plaintiffs for a bit, as TBLF's lawyers are on vacation this week. And TBLF is the company that belongs to Mark Basil, which is which is a plaintiff in this case. Next one. To attend their colleague's wedding as they previously indicated to the court. And here's the screenshot that proves this statement. Next one. As expected, there was no mention to juicy points that plaintiffs at this stage. RICO does 1 to 10, massive conspiracy, etc., etc. But fear not, MMTLP battle coverage will continue when we come back. And guys, definitely we have a lot of people who are extremely experienced in this type of litigations and who can at least read these documents thoroughly and explain us in details what is the main points of this document. And the FinExploit is one of these people. And definitely, guys, we have to rely on their opinions because in general, as you can see right here, this motion to compel doesn't mention even one of the major points of this lawsuit, like RICO violations, other defendants, and conspiracy theory. So, let me show you the next news. I have to admit that Scott Roth is working extremely hard, and guys, he published this tweet that might be a game changer in our case, because he gave us a tip how we can push our case forward in the easiest way. So, let me quote to this. How many of you have emailed or called your broker-dealer and asked if they had oversold MMTLP? An oversold condition is a material fact that might impact a client's investment decision. Knowingly overselling a security depresses its value and gives you a cause of action for breach of fiduciary duty, at the very least, and a whole host of other ways to recover. Just saying, there are 3 responses you can get. 1. No. 2. Yes. And 3. We cannot disclose that information. And guys, there is no other choices for these responses. And let me quote you further. Any answers are useful. Schwab told me yesterday on the phone they are still working on answers to my questions. The Scorched Earth Volume 1 5-pager. So let's see, do I expect answers? No. But in the courtroom, under oath, corporate executives often find no matter how much they are making annually is not worth sitting in club fed for a few years. And guys, definitely when we achieve some major milestones like the fact of testifying of key persons in our case, definitely these people will not like this procedure and they will give up anything in order not to be prosecuted. And let me show you the response from Chris MP in regards to this tweet. E-Trade told me on the phone that they can't give that information. And Scott Roth answered, well, now you are in door. I'd get with even a non-SEC attorney local to you and add up your damages and send in a claim based on whatever share price you think you would have sold at during the last 2 days of prospective trading. And guys, this idea is brilliant. I have to say that in this case, it is a pure breach of fiduciary duty, and with this information, with the lack of this information, all the broker-dealers breaches the rights, breaches the contract basically. And that is how, guys, we can push our case forward by asking these questions, and then we have to file the damages and send a claim. This means all the shareholders can do it independently. And guys, to be honest, I don't know how much does it cost if you contact your local attorney and ask for help in this case. But in my opinion, we will find it out within next couple of days or couple of next week probably. And I will do an update in order to show you the next step in this potential path. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Dr. E wrote this: who wants to help chat? It helps you. Send a note to your rep to support Representative Ralph Norman in his fight for MMTLP. Add a screenshot of the info below or any other content on this page. Add my HF playbook, pin it to my page. And he refers to the tweet that was published by Chat Thugzilla Katan 20 hours ago. And Chat wrote, I have meetings with some congressmen and some Trump coalition members, plus, hopefully, a press conference with a few congressmen calling out the SEC for the MMTLP fiasco. And guys, I think it is another bombshell in our case because we have more and more people who has a direct connection with another people, and this chain might lead us to a sooner resolution, at least some kind of resolution in our case. That is why, guys, all the potential paths which might lead us to any type of breakthroughs in our case are extremely valuable for us, for MMTLP community. That is why, guys, we have to unite and take a closer look on these potential steps to the resolution. On top of that, guys, at the same time, we don't have any information from Representative Ralph Norman himself, except this one that 10 hours ago he wrote, join me for a live teletown hall starting at 6 p.m. toll free, and the telephone number he added right here. I have to admit that it could be quite useful teleconference with Representative Ralph Norman, but unfortunately he didn't even mention MMTLP case in this conference. That is why, guys, I think we are losing Representative Ralph Norman as our ally. On top of that, we are losing Pete Sessions because he also keeps silence in our case. And if you read any tweets that he published just several hours ago, if you take a look on the comments, you will see a lot of comments from MMTLP community members. And basically he ignores it. He ignores it for 100%. Definitely we cannot rely on these people, at least for now. And that is why, guys, we have to move forward. And let me show you what do we have as a positive sign in our battle. Costas published this tweet that was made, he reposted the tweet that was published by Brandon Muir. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the surname. 1,000 in attendance at the door 4th of July parade yesterday. Enjoy your holiday weekend with family and friends. God bless America. And in response to his own tweet, Brandon wrote this: just starting to get active on X. Send me a couple articles. I would like to understand what happened to MMTLP. And Brandon Muir is the candidate for US representative from Michigan. And definitely these people who are fighting for these posts might be also very important for us as a major allies. On top of that, it is not the end. Let me show you this one. Thomas D. Murphy for US Senate from South Carolina wrote this: when is Representative Ralph Norman and yourself going to take action on the MMTLP issue? And he published it 11 hours ago. I have to admit that, guys, we have more and more people from Congress, and the candidates who will be potential congressmen for the next season. A lot of these people are extremely interested in our case because, guys, you know that I covered it in one of my previous videos, that because of our case they can push themselves forward and they can achieve better results in this race. And definitely it is not 100% guaranteed that when they will be a congressman, a real congressman, they will not forget about us. But it is just another chance how we can push our case forward. And in general, guys, I have to say that our community members are losing faith, unfortunately, and we are extremely disappointed. For example, Aaron Ape MMTLP wrote this just yesterday, and he said, "A year and a half later, what a hard lot of BS. This entire situation disgusts me to no end." And he refers to the tweet that was published by Roger James Hamilton. And if you don't know who this person is, he is the CEO of GNS, the company which was also shorted to oblivion by the wrongdoers. And recently, a year ago and a year and a half ago, he was extremely active in this fight. But for now, he is silent for 100%. And right here you can see Wes Christian, who told about the motherlode of all counterfeit shares. And unfortunately, for more than a year and a half, we don't have any results from his side as well. And this fact is really disappointing for the MMTLP community. That is why, guys, we have to use any possible paths to the resolution, and that is why, guys, we have to focus. We have to be extremely focused on our main goal. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed.